Hey there, welcome to my channel if you are new here, and if not, welcome back. My name is Mo. I'm a hairstylist and studio suite owner in Central New York, sharing all things beauty and lifestyle here on the internet. I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded, but let's not dwell on that today. I'm here to share with you my 75 hard experience. I really hope you enjoy it, and let me know in the comments down below if you've tried 75 hard or any variation of it, like 75 soft. I think there's a 75 medium on the internet now. Let me know if you've tried the challenge at all, and if you have, let me know what your experience was and if you would do it again. Okay, now that that's all out of the way, let's hop into the video. So what is 75 hard? 75 Hard is a viral fitness and lifestyle challenge that gained popularity on TikTok in 2023. The challenge was created by Andy Frisella, CEO of a wellness company, in 2019, and it's not supposed to be a fitness challenge, but rather a transformative mental toughness program, according to Frisella's website. The goal of 75 Hard is to 10x lifestyle traits such as confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, self-belief, discipline, fortitude, and gritness. I personally kept seeing a lot of short form content based around 75 Hard, and initially when I saw it, I thought it was a little crazy and didn't find it to be realistic whatsoever. I just thought it was another woo-woo, oh look, another life coach person is telling people what they're doing wrong in their lives. So I don't know, it just seemed really far-fetched to me. And then the more I saw content based around it, the more interested I kind of became in the challenge itself. And then the more research I did, I thought that'd be something cool to push myself to do. But every year at the beginning of the year, I typically will do dry January and then try to just get back in a gym routine, because I notoriously fall off during holidays. If you watch Vlogmas, I'm pretty sure I talked about it during that. So I will typically kick off the new year with some sort of health overhaul. But this year I did decide to try out 75 Hard. I chose 75 Hard specifically because I physically and mentally felt like I needed it, if I'm being really honest. Last year I started my business, and as amazing as that's been, it also has been very mentally overwhelming, and in focusing so much on work and maintaining work, I definitely let a lot of other aspects of my life go, and I haven't been able to really show up the best to my ability that I have in the past. So I figured if I could get back into some basic routines, that then I could kind of reciprocate the behavior into other areas of my life, if that makes sense. Yeah, I figured why not have a reset and cue 75 Hard. I do want to note too that my boyfriend did do the challenge with me, which I think ended up making it a lot easier to do, and I'll get into that a little more later. But since there are such strict rules, having someone to do it with you, especially when you live together, makes you more likely to continue the behaviors and not just give up. So that was a really big help for me. So what are the rules of 75 Hard? Believe it or not, there's not that many. While 75 Hard sounds kind of scary, it is 5 simple rules, and you just follow them for 75 days. But if you follow it by the book to a T, you're supposed to follow all 5 of these rules for 75 days. No skipping days, no missing days, and if you do have a slip up, you're supposed to start back at day 1 until you've completed 75 days. So it really does hold you accountable to the routine. Rule number 1. Follow a structured diet of your choosing. Also, with your structured diet, no alcohol and no cheat meals. We chose to do a gluten-free, dairy-free, and processed sugar-free diet. What we mean by processed sugar-free is we tried to really not eat foods or consume foods that had added sugar to it, but if it did, it had to be below 5 grams of sugar, which is surprisingly easy, especially if you're doing gluten and dairy-free. So that was cool. Rule number 2. 2 45-minute workouts a day. 1 must be outside. Now, as I've mentioned previously, we did kick this routine off in January, and I live in Central New York. As many of you can deduce, that means it was winter. So we condensed our 2 45-minute workouts to 1 hour-and-a-half workout every day due to weather, because I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, I'm not. It's dark all the time. As it is, we get up at 5 a.m. to go to the gym, and realistically, I don't get out of work until sometimes 7, 8 o'clock at night. Some days it's a little earlier, but due to both of our work schedules, that wasn't realistic to just try to figure out where to fit in a second workout, and especially outside in the dead of winter. So we did tweak that a little bit, still got the same amount of workout in, just we only did it once because that was what was doable for us. Rule number 3, drink a gallon of water. This one was fairly easy for us. We both kind of already drank a lot of water anyway. It was just being more cautious about like tracking the amount of water. And I did find that I had to add a little more into my day to accomplish this, but I mean, really it's something I kind of already do, so it was fine. Really the easiest part of this entire challenge, if I'm being honest. Rule number 4, read 10 pages of educational nonfiction. No audiobooks. So we did make a tweak to this because Josh does not like to read, and it was just to read 10 pages. It didn't matter for at least him what he read. Yeah, we didn't hold like any specifications to what we had to read. It was just read 10 pages. I did choose to read educational nonfiction. He read whatever he felt like reading. Rule number 5, take a progress picture. Obviously, you just take a photo every single day of yourself. I did do this, and I may or may not end up sharing it later in the video. We'll see how I'm feeling at that point. But yeah, that was a very eye-opening part. It was a part I really thought I could skip and not do, and I really didn't want to do, but I'm kind of glad I did do it. So there you have it. Those are the rules. If you've never heard of this challenge before, give this video a thumbs up if this sounds like something you would try. And again, let me know if you have tried it. All right, now let's hop into my journey and see how I did.
Today's the beginning of day 6. Do you have any feelings?
Other than pain, no.
Pain and exhaustion. Ugh. Okay, that was gross. It is the morning of day 6. We're both just really tired, and we got some stuff at the grocery store to hopefully help with our workouts, because before this, we were trying to go to the gym like Monday through Friday for like an hour. We fell off a little bit, probably like after Thanksgiving. We would kind of go for like a day or two, not go for like 3 days, go for a day, not go for a week. And then we just didn't go during Christmas time at all. And then we were traveling, so exercise got put on the back burner. So we're getting back into working out. And obviously with doing this, it's basically a 7-day-a-week workout. So we're hurting, we're exhausted. We have been getting a lot of sleep, which is good, but we grabbed some extra things to hopefully help with the soreness and stuff. So also a big thing with our supplements and stuff is that since we're doing gluten-free and non-dairy diet during 75 hard, we had to find stuff that fell into that. So our recovery is this organic plant-based recovery from Garden of Life. That's what I was just drinking, and it tastes like garbage, but it'll be okay. And then we got the Only What You Need plant-based protein. Has 20 grams of protein, super foods, greens blend, probiotics, all that fun stuff, whatever that all means, and the vanilla flavor. And then we've been drinking mushroom coffee. Oh, using the Alani Nu pre-workout before we go to the gym. We were doing just like Celsius and then going to the gym, and that was fine, but we needed something a little more cost effective, and this has been a game changer for us for sure. We have like way more energy when we go to the gym. So that had already been a thing before starting 75 hard. But yeah, we're continuing this. And then yeah, added in the protein powder and the recovery stuff. So that's where we're at with that. This week we're trying things a little different with our food, just because last week we were feeling really hungry. I know with cutting out gluten and dairy, that's gonna add to some hunger things and not feeling satiated. But also I do know that cutting the alcohol is going to automatically have us in like a calorie deficit and minorly kind of, not that we're alcoholics by any means, but you do kind of, your body naturally goes through an alcohol withdrawal when you stop drinking altogether. I think that all contributed to the hunger, because it's more like snacky hunger than like, oh, I'm still need like a whole second meal after I ate my meal. It was like, I need something like crunchy, snacky, sweet something. So we have adjusted our meal plan this week a little bit. We have a couple like snack options that fall into our meal plan. And yeah, we're just gonna give it a try. The reading's been okay, other than because we're so tired at night, by the time we crawl into bed and start reading the last couple nights, I've fallen asleep reading. We both fell asleep reading last night. So that was kind of not ideal, but it's okay. I think the only other real thing that's changed is like, we do go to bed a little earlier right now than we would normally. And I think that's just because we are so physically tired, but also trying to stay on top of getting up so that we can get our workout in the morning. I explained this in the intro part to this video, but we did make a moderation to the workout because we live in central New York. It is currently blizzarding outside as I speak. With our work schedules, 2 45-minute workouts a day, just that's not gonna happen because we just do not have the time for that in the day, and it's pitch black by like 3 o'clock. When we wake up in the morning to go to the gym, it's already pitch black. And then when we come home from work, it's already pitch black. And some nights we both end up working really late. So trying to find a window to do a 45-minute workout, especially outside, is just not realistic for us. So we've just combined both workouts into one longer workout. That's just been the only thing, is like making sure we're waking up so we can get our full workout in so that we can keep, on track. But other than that, I mean, I'm still feeling really good. Again, it's only 6 days in, but I feel like it's a lot easier than I thought it was. Like, I kind of hyped it up in my brain as this like really impossible thing. And so far it's felt pretty easy, but again, we're 6 days in. So we'll see when we're 2 weeks in how I'm feeling. But that's my little check-in, and I will see you on the next one.
We are 2 weeks in to 75 hard, and I'm starting to notice like a little changes. Like I don't feel so bloated all the time, which is good. I don't feel so achy all the time. Like usually my joints hurt really bad and my hips hurt really bad. Haven't noticed any of that, so that's been nice. My energy levels seem to be a lot better. I have not been drinking as much coffee as I normally do, which is huge. Like I am a, 3 coffees at home in the morning, like a latte in the afternoon, and like a night coffee when I go home from work kind of person. I had my first coffee in like a week. Yes, 2 days ago, I got like an Americano while I was out running errands. And yeah, I really haven't been drinking coffee or anything. I think the hardest part up until this point has just been reading, because we have been reading at night and I always fall asleep while I'm reading. Like I just get too relaxed and then I'm dozing off. So I might need to rework my schedule for reading and just like do it in the morning or something. But it is a nice unwind before bed, because then I'm not like on my phone scrolling or like playing a game or something. So that's nice. I don't know. Maybe I just need to get in bed a little bit earlier and then start reading a little bit earlier, and then I'll be good. But that's been like the struggle. Overall, like our food situation has been very good. One of the girls at the salon said that my face looked a lot less puffy, which was like amazing. I think I've hit a point too where like I don't even care so much about the not drinking aspect. Like it's fine. I obviously have been like keeping track of my weight, but I'm trying to not like put too much pressure on that end of things. And I am down 10 pounds, which is really nice. I'm assuming, obviously, because it's only been 2 weeks, that a lot of that's just water weight and stuff, but it's nice to at least see some progress that way. Some of my clothes I've noticed fit a little better, but overall, not too much of a difference. And then I'm also noticing, now that we're in more of a routine with the gym and everything, that like I've been a lot more consistent with weights and stuff. So I've been able to increase my weight on some of my workout routines that I do, which is nice. Today I did notice a little bit my arms, some definition, so that's cool. Like the physical things are all cool. Mentally, I feel equal parts good, like not so brain foggy, but then also I feel like so much of my life is prioritized right now around 75 hard. So I feel like I'm dropping the ball in some other areas of my life at the moment, but it is what it is. We did go to a birthday party last weekend, and for my partner's cousin, and as difficult as it was to like not eat a slice of pizza or not eat any birthday cake, it did feel good when we left knowing that we didn't do that. I was able to actually like find a snack while we were out grocery shopping, like a little treat that fell into our diet we're following and had the correct sugar content that we're following for a serving. So that was a nice way to kind of still get a little treat in, even though we couldn't have the cake at the birthday party. And I was so sad because it looked so good. But I'm very proud of myself that we stuck to it. Thankfully, there was salad and pizza, so we just had some salad. He had some chicken wings, and yeah, it's been good. My skin this week is like purging like crazy, and I'm hoping it's tricky because like I know when it's down here, like it's more hormonal, but I'm hoping this is just like the second wave of like crap coming out. I've been dealing with a cold, so I know it could be because of that too, but I'm like getting over a cold. And the first week, I also noticed a lot my skin was like purging a lot and it would like look worse. And then it looked really good last week. I was like glowing. And now this week it's just kind of again. So yeah, those are like the physical and mental changes that I've noticed so far, but we'll see. That's all the update for now. So I will talk soon. Good morning. We are at the halfway point. Today is February 14th, so we're a little over halfway. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. We have like 1 month and 3 days left, so I'm excited on seeing like these transformations and things. But yeah, it's Valentine's Day. Tonight we are going to make gluten-free, dairy-free pizza, so that's fun. I was hoping to get through more than one book. I think honestly I'm gonna be finishing up the book I'm reading now. I did fall off for like 2 weeks on reading, so there's that. But I think I'm gonna finish the book I'm reading now within this week or next week. And then I am gonna start reading another book that I've on and off read. So I was hoping I'd have like almost a book haul too when I get done with 75 Hard, but I'm not going to, I know that much. So yeah, that's today's check-in. I'm getting excited now that we're getting closer to the end. I have to like sit and think about what changes I want to maintain when we're done with this because I'm noticing a lot of things and yeah. But yeah, that's it for this check-in. So not much to report on. I will check back in a few days. Okay, so as I sit here and record this, it is now the end of April. I think it's April 27th today. So we have been officially done with 75 Hard for a little over a month. And I originally wanted to film this on the last day, but I'm kind of glad I waited a little bit and got back into like a regular routine before I sat down and filmed this because I think I was able to kind of reflect a little bit more on our experience and we both were able to kind of talk about it a little bit more. I've been able to talk to my clients about it and now I kind of have a little more of an idea of what I'd like to say about my experience. So before I get into what my major takeaways were, I do want to tell you some of the pros and cons of this challenge. For me personally, I think some pros are like a lifestyle reset. If you feel like you need like a good kick in the butt to get back into a routine or to establish a routine, I think trying this challenge would be a good way to get into the routine because every day is so repetitive of what you're doing. You obviously like very quickly like establish a routine. So highly recommend for that as a pro. Not an intended pro, but just an obvious one, especially if you're like me and you just really weren't doing much for your physical health, weight loss. Obviously, this isn't guaranteed, but I mean, if you're exercising every day, drinking a bunch of water, and eating differently than you have prior, obviously a natural side effect is going to be weight loss. So I wouldn't go into it with the intention of weight loss, but it is a nice pro. Like it's inevitably gonna happen. Again, reestablishing routines because every day is so similar. It's easy to reestablish, the routine. And then my last pro is actually kind of one that's going to lead me into my cons, but it's you get really good at saying no. I have this in pros, but also, again, it's leading into my cons because One of the biggest cons is this challenge is very time consuming. Our entire lives for 75 days was dedicated to this challenge. That meant saying no to a lot of events. There were opportunities we'd have to turn down due to it not falling into our diet plan, or we couldn't be like drinking. And obviously we can go to an event and not drink, but if it's like, you know, a restaurant that has good food and drinks, we're not gonna go. And we did find ourselves also obviously cooking at home more, just being a little more of homebodies, which wasn't terrible, honestly. And like in the winter, it was great. Your social life will kind of tank a little bit, but depending on how important that is to you, it might not even be an issue. I guess this is more like a mind over matter thing too, because it depends on you and like your friend groups and stuff. But personally, it's just like it was harder to find ways to socially interact with other people, because a lot of our hangouts tend to be centered around going to dinner, going for drinks, going to an event that also has food or drinks. We did take a little bit of like a socializing hiatus, but sorry if the angle is any different. The lighting's kind of weird because my camera overheated, then the battery died, and I want to wrap up final thoughts. I can't even remember where I left off on the pro cons list, but basically the main con of the entire experience is just that it is very time consuming and a lot of your life is going to revolve around the challenge. So if you're not okay with that, then I probably wouldn't do it. But if that's not a deterrent to you, then I would definitely give it a try. So since finishing 75 Hard, we've actually maintained our diet during the week. So we still eat pretty much the same Monday through Friday that we did during the challenge. And then the weekend, we have a little more flexibility with our diet and alcohol consumption, all that kind of stuff. We still don't really drink during the week either, which is kind of nice. I have also read one chapter of a new book altogether, which is more than I can say for all of last year combined. But I'm also making it a priority to start reading more. I did kind of fall off with the reading during 75 Hard. I think I talked about it during one of the vlog clips, but I was very unsuccessful in that aspect. It just honestly probably wasn't a good choice for undertaking this challenge and reading that specific book, but it is what it is. Some other big takeaways. I kind of relearned hunger cues. I find that when I'm bored or stressed or just like doing busy things, that I tend to be someone who like snacks on stuff. So I've found better ways to not just eat for boredom and not just eat for survival, but kind of like a good middle ground. I learned that I really am someone who just does need to have like a lot of protein early on in the day, and then can kind of use that to gauge my hunger cues throughout the rest of the day. And also I learned to like drink water, have a drink of something before going to snack, because 9 times out of 10 too, I'm just thirsty, I'm not actually hungry. I also have learned just better food skills, which was really good. I know that like the health aspect of it isn't necessarily the point, but there was a lot that I learned by having to follow such a strict diet and fitness routine. With reading, like I said, I want to make it more of a priority now than even it was while we were doing the challenge. I really do spend a lot of time on my computer, on my phone, and like watching shows when I'm not like out doing something or working. I really like having the no screen time, honestly. I actually just told one of my friends I would start this book series, and that's the one I'm only a chapter into, and I do really want to finish it by like, honestly, by the end of the year. I'm not going to say the end of summer, because I mean that's a stretch considering how minimal I'm reading at the moment. But if you are someone who likes the reading aspect and also are really bad about it, I do think the time of day you read should be taken into consideration, and what you're reading should be taken into consideration. If you don't like it, don't force yourself to read it. But also, if you're super tired, don't force yourself to try to like stay up and read so that you're just falling asleep while you're reading, and then you have to backtrack and keep rereading the same things. Just find a good time of day that works for you and schedule it into your day, honestly. That's my recommendation on that. Another really big takeaway was that I am very capable of things if I push myself, and I should probably push myself more than I do. That might sound a little weird, but yeah, I like, even when I'm at the gym, I've noticed when I normally would give up on something, I would like force myself to push through it. Mornings where I was super tired and just wanted to stay in bed, I would just make myself get up anyway. If I really just didn't want to stick to the meal plan and really wanted to break it, I would just convince myself not to, because because it wasn't worth it, and I'm only letting myself down if I do. And honestly, like, it really is a mind over matter thing, as stupid as that sounds, but or simple as that sounds. Yeah, you're just like way more capable of things than you think you are sometimes. So it was like a cool reminder of that, and like a really cool takeaway, because yeah, there's like so much more that I can be doing and things that I should be proud of myself for doing that I just don't take the time to be proud of myself or push myself or do those things. If that does that make any sense? Am I rambling? And then lastly, my biggest takeaway, I am now a little more aware of like what I need as a person, like my day-to-day interactions, my lifestyle routines, even like a day start to finish. I'm just more aware of my needs and just what I need out of my day-to-day life. And now I'm just kind of working on like prioritizing what I'd like to prioritize and just kind of like reclaiming control of my life, as dramatic as that sounds. Overall, I would say that I definitely recommend 75 Hard. If you've wanted to make some lifestyle changes but like haven't taken the initiative, I think this would be a really good way to like kick yourself in the butt to start doing it. My biggest suggestion, if you do decide to take the challenge, is to find a friend or a significant other to do it with you. When you have an accountability partner, it makes you a lot more likely to complete it, and you're not only letting yourself down if you mess up, you're letting somebody else down too. And it's such like a niche experience that like you do feel a little isolated during it, so if you have someone to go through it with, that makes it a little less daunting and you don't feel so like alone. I think if we weren't doing it together, that I probably would have given up after like a week. Would I do it again? I'm considering after the summer to do round 2 and actually do it like the proper way with like the 2 45-minute workouts and everything, and like 1 outdoor workout. When the weather's a little bit nicer, I'm more willing to do that. I love going for walks and stuff, so I think that would be cool. There's just more opportunity for an outdoor workout around where I live in like the summertime, fall time. I also don't want to like be super limited on a lot of the activities I like to do in the summer, so that's why I think I'll just wait till like the tail end of summer to give it a try again, if I do it again. If I decide to do it again and you would like to see me document the process a second time and maybe do like a more thorough documentation, give this video a thumbs up so that I know that that would be interesting to you. Would you try 75 Hard? Have you already tried it? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for following along with me on this journey. I know this video was a longer one and I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to click the subscribe button below and turn the notifications on so you don't miss my next upload. I know I said this in my last video, but I promise I'm like back for real this time. I have a lot of really fun things coming up and I can't wait to share them with you. A lot more salon content, a lot of wedding content. I'm excited for you to follow along with me. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye!